Good morning. 17 years ago changed my life on this day. Typical Tuesday morning, went to work, um, did some files and stuff, whatever I needed to do. And I looked on CNN and there was a terrorist attack that hit New York City, the Twin Towers. Run about, I say about 9:15 ish, and I saw it. And it blew my mind. I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? People lost their life. And a few minutes later, right about, before 10 o'clock, a terrorist attack came to Washington, D.C. at the Pentagon. Um, what happened? Well, 2 days prior, I saw a letter saying that this will happen. And so we didn't really pay no attention, but nobody really wasn't on high alert how it would happen, whatever. But 2 days, actually 2 days prior, saw a letter to let everybody know that there could have been a possibility of a terrorist attack. We didn't really pay that any attention, whatever. And let's fast forward to 2001, September 11th. I was minding my business. I was doing some filing, and a guy said there's a fire on top of the building. I didn't it didn't I didn't catch on until I saw the Pentagon and there's a fire outside of our building. I think it was in like corridor 2, 3, and 4 and 5, I believe. And I went outside and all you saw was smoke. It was like a horror movie. It was like Independence Day. Mind you, I worked at the Pentagon. When I said Pentagon City was shut down, the whole George Washington Beltway was shut down. Everything was shut down. Okay, everybody. It was like a horror. It was a terrorist attack. And I said Capitol Hill was shut down. Constitution Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, all of that was shut down. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the train system shut down, everything shut down. And my mom was worried sick. You know what I'm saying? Worried sick. It was crazy. My mom and my grandmother, and I just went home. I couldn't come home right now. You know what I'm saying? It was just too much. I was with my homeboy and my homegirl at the time, whatever, went to her house, closer to it was in the city, whatever. And my mother was calling me, my sister was calling, everybody was calling me. It was crazy. It was a crazy scene. And I just couldn't imagine. I mean, the people that I really want to say thank you to is my mother, my grandmother, and my pastor, my spiritual dad, Dr. H. Beecher Hicks from Metropolitan Baptist Church. They helped me get through it because it just blew my mind. I mean, mind you, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do a whole lot of stuff. I couldn't deal with a whole lot of cattiness and messiness going on. I just couldn't deal with all that because of that situation. I started developing anxiety attacks. I went through all that, and the doctor, told me that I had post post traumatic stress disorder. I mean, I know I'm healed, but certain things I can't take a lot. I can't take a lot of tragedies. I can't take certain days. I mean, certain things, whatever, because it will trigger me, whatever. But I try to go back to work. I did go back to work 2 weeks prior to this, whatever, and they end up, saying letting me go, whatever, because due to all the stress, I went through a lot. You know, my prayer is for those who lost a loved one at that time. I know a lot of friends, a lot of church family and friends lost loved ones in New York City, um, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. My prayers and my condolences goes out to those who lost a loved one. I want to remember this day, and the only thing I could really think about is gratitude. I could have lost my life. You know what I'm saying? 17 years ago, I could have lost my life. Now, I was 19 at the time. Now I'm 30, about to be 37 in November. I want us to remember this day, but we got a lot of work to do. We going through terrorism in our own communities. Yeah, I want to remember this day, but I want to talk about the elephant in the room is terrorism in our own communities called racism. I want to talk about the elephant in the room called terrorism with us killing each other. I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the drug abuse. Let's talk about the sex abuse. Let's talk about all this stuff that is going on in our room. I mean, 17 years ago, we didn't have all this stuff going. Racism was still going on, but it's not as vocal like that is going on right now. My heart breaks right now. You know, my heart breaks then when that situation happened on September 11th. But my heart breaks now because it's so much terrorism going on within our communities, and we're not doing anything about it. We got work to do. Yes, we need to mourn. After we mourn, we got work to do. So my prayers and my condolences goes out to those who lost a loved one 17 years ago on this day, on this exact day. My condolences goes out to you, but at the same token, you got work to do. Why would you say that, Gail? I'm going to say this because legacies happen on that day. I was reading about an 11-year-old girl who lost her life on this day, on this exact date. She was on her way to go to New York City. Never been to New York before. Lost her life. Crazy. So much chaos is going on in our world. We're just sitting on our tail. We're not doing anything about it. So yeah, I want to remember this day. Yeah, I do, because it shows me I got work to do. It shows me that I'm grateful, but I still got work to do. I remember this. I will remember this day. That was a sad day. I'm telling you, it was really sad. See people lose their lives on this day. So much stuff happened after the terrorist attack, but we got work to do. So this is not your tearjerker message. We got work to do. Dry your eyes. It's okay to cry. It really is. I don't like this day. I really don't. But at the same token, I'm like, okay, I'm grateful that I'm alive, but I have empathy and sympathy for those who lost their life. What we doing with the legacies that were I mean, the lives that was cut short? What are we doing with their legacy? We ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing much but lip service for real, and it makes me mad. I'm just saying, I have a lot of gratitude. I have empathy, but I have a lot of gratitude that I'm still here 17 years later. Went through some things, but I'm here 17 years later. So let this be a day of remembrance, but also let this be a day of execution and getting things done to change your world. I'm out.